The Grand Rapids Griffins keep on rolling as Michael Postava returns to an already stacked Grand Rapids goalie room. Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast.
Welcome back to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. We are a podcast brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network, and we are sponsored by DraftKings. I'm one of your hosts, Connor.
And I'm the other host, Kyle. We're a show brought to you by the fans for the fans. We are not partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins or Detroit Red Wings, but we bring you the show as season ticket member fan perspective on Grand Rapids Griffins hockey. Love watching it. It's been a great season, rolling over into this new year with the hottest team in hockey.
Yeah, we just keep winning. We had a 15-win streak sadly come to an end. It was tying the best win streak in Griffins history in the entire franchise. So that was really sad to see. But the very next night, you have Dominic Shine winning the game, close game against Chicago, in the shootout with a slapper, igniting the whole entire Van Andel Arena. Amazing thing. What's happening here in Grand Rapids.
Yeah, and those last three games there, we'll kind of jump right into that. We got the loss of New Year's Eve on December 31st. Grand Rapids loses to Milwaukee 3-2 in overtime. Unfortunately, did not get that franchise record 16 games in a row. Still got a chance as the Griffins move forward here. They ended up winning, as Connor said, in a shootout versus the Chicago Wolves in dramatic slap shot fashion by Dominic Shine. That one 3-2 to get the Griffins to a 17-game point streak. And then they managed to, in Chicago, travel Saturday to Chicago to get a 4-1 victory over the Chicago Wolves to get 18 games in a row.
So when one record fails, there's another record to chase. So that's always cool. We can still get the point record, even though we don't got the wins record. But yeah, amazing things. Grand Rapids continues to dominate. So we have some news going on here. We have John Leonard, who we called up to the Detroit Red Wings. So that's crazy to see him go on up there again. I believe he played 7 games up in Detroit, so he only has 3 more games up there, and he's probably up there forever. And it kind of seemed like we needed him a little bit down here in Grand Rapids these past couple games when stuff got tough. You know, you had John Leonard and Dominic Shine and all those guys to rely on. We'll see what happens if he passes those 3 games and is stuck up there in Detroit and we have no John Leonard to rely on. See if Sheldon Dries can continue at the pace he has been when Sheldon Dries is not there, which is a 12 points in 10 games pace. So,
yeah, and it looks like Danielson is kind of fallen into a struggle for the Detroit Red Wings now. It looks like he will probably play on the bench the next game. And being that John Leonard's called up, you got to wonder if that means Lombardi's healthy maybe, or someone will be inserted into this lineup to kind of help with that.
Yeah, Bob Kaiser, as of the last game, which was a Chicago game in Chicago, he said Amadeus Lombardi and Carter Mazur are still ways away, a minute away. Lombardi's getting there. He's skating and stuff, but Mazur is going to be a while.
Yeah, I think it was the same note on Shai Buium, too. I think Buium and Lombardi are kind of in the same boat where they're getting closer to their return. But, yeah, Mazur's still going to be a minute. So, and we'll go ahead start diving into the standings and stats here for the Grand Rapids Griffins, starting with the Central Division, where the Grand Rapids Griffins have 31 games played, 28 wins, 1 loss, 1 overtime loss, shootout loss for 58 points. In second place, the Chicago Wolves with 36 points. In third place, the Manitoba Moose with 34 points. In fourth place, the Milwaukee Admirals with 31 points. The Rockford Ice Hogs in fifth place with 29 points. And then sixth place, the Texas Stars with 28 points. And the Iowa Wild in last place with 22 points.
So let's move on to the AHL standings. In first place, we still have the Grand Rapids Griffins, 11 points ahead of everybody else. Nice little cushion there. Second place, we have the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins with 47 points, tied with the Province Bruins. In fourth place, we have the Colorado Eagles with 44 points. In fifth place, we have the Laval Rocket with 43 points. Sixth place, we have the Ontario Reign with 40 points. Seventh place, we have the Syracuse Crunch with 39 points. In eighth place, we have the San Jose Barracuda with 39 points. Ninth place, we have the Charlotte Checkers with 38 points, tied with the Toronto Marlies, 38 points. So there's your top 10 for the AHL. And it looks like still no Hershey Bears.
So we'll go ahead and move into the points now. The AHL league leaders for points, we have Laurent Dauphin on top of the league for the Laval Rocket with 38 points. In second, we have Arthur Kalaev from the Belleville Senators with 37 points. Jacob Pelletier for the Syracuse Crunch in third place with 35 points. In fourth place, we got Patrick Browns for the Providence Bruins with 34 points. And in fifth place, we have Rory Currens for the Calgary Wranglers with 33 points. John Leonard sitting just outside of the top 5 at number 6 here in 23 games played with 32 points.
So for goals, we have Arthur Kalaev with 21 goals. In second place, we have John Leonard with 20 goals. In third place, we have Quinn Hudson with 19 goals. Fourth place, we have Alex Belize, 18. In fifth place, we have a three-way tie, Jacob Pelletier, Logan Morrison, and Jason Magna, all with 16 goals.
So then moving into goalies, we have Sebastian Cossa leading the league. Just a stellar night the other night, too, against the Chicago Wolves, putting up 47 saves on 49 shots and leading the league in every number across the board that matters. I mean, we got games played on everyone in the top 10, and other than Matthew Murray, who has 21 games played. 4 shutouts for Sebastian Cossa, which leads the league in all the top 10 here. Goals against average, he has a 1.67. 16 wins, leads the top 10, and leads the league in save percentage at 0.938. So all around, Sebastian Cossa has been dominating the AHL. So in second place, we have Michael DiPietro for the Providence Bruins with a 0.935 save percentage and a 1.86 goals against average. And in third place, we have Simon Zagacek, also from the Providence Bruins, with a 0.930 save percentage and a 2.02 goals against average. And in fourth place, we got Sergei Morashev from the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. He has a 0.921 save percentage and a 2.18 goals against average. And then in fifth place for goalies in the AHL, we have Carl Lindbaum from the Hendersonville Knights, and he has a 0.920 save percentage and a 2.18 goals against average. Goaltenders on this list, all qualified goaltenders must at least have 600 minutes played.
Let's get into the Grand Rapids Griffins points. We have John Leonard with 32 points. Second place, we have Dominic Shine with 20. Third place, we have Sean Dries with 25. Fourth place, Michael Branson Nygaard with 21. And in fifth place, we have Eric Gustafson with 20 points.
So for Grand Rapids goals, again, we got John Leonard all season long here leading the team in goals with 20 right now. Second place, we have Dominic Shine with 14, tied with Edward Max. And then 4th place, we got Sheldon Dreiss with 11 goals. And in 5th place, we have Michael Branson-Nygaard with 8.
Michael Branson-Nygaard also leads all rookies in game-winning goals with 5, and then he has a plus 18 plus minus, and he leads rookies that also.
So for Grand Rapids goalies here, we have Carter Geilander leading for save percentage and goals against average. We have a .943 save percentage and a 1.57 goals against average with 7 games played, 6 wins, and 1 shootout. Michael Postava finally returning. It's good to see him finally have 6 games played. He played great in that last game versus Chicago there, that 4-1 win. Michael Postava has a 0.939 save percentage and a goals against average of 1.93. So dropping below 2 for Michael Postava. And then Sebastian Kosa with 18 games played, 4 shutouts, 16 wins, save percentage of .938, and a goals against average of 1.67. So just stellar numbers all around the Grand Rapids goaltending room. Credit Rope Koistinen on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Rupikos has a solid room here.
So that should wrap us up for the news, standings, and stats. We can go ahead and get into our DraftKings ad.
The jaw-dropping moments that make hockey, hockey. Experience them all with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Missouri listeners, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. New customers, this one is for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. DraftKings Sportsbook app. Turn $5 into 200 bonus bucks if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Pass-through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win.
So now we're going to get into our segment, hot and cold. This is where we like to pick a player who's fiery hot, a player who is cold. That's not a knock on anything. It's just saying they're not living up to potential at the very moment in time. And then random, we like to randomly generate a number and then match that with a player's jersey number. And then we rate that player of hot from hot to cold. Well, who's hot?
So today for hot, we are going to put in Erik Gustafsson, who has been just too good for the AHL, continued throughout the season so far. He's got 19 games played and 20 points as a defenseman. It's looking pretty darn good on the scoreboard. And then 12 points in the last 10 games and being the AHL Player of the Week. Erik Gustafsson deserves to be up on the hot list here. And yeah, just continued domination as a top pairing defenseman for the Grand Rapids Griffins in the AHL here. Still on the borderline of kind of being called up regularly, so just got to be playing the both league mentality.
Yeah, it's really kind of crazy to think of all the Red Wings fans and thinking of watching the Red Wings last year and kind of agreeing with some of these fans that, yeah, Erik Gustafsson wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth having him. But now that we have him down in Grand Rapids, he's clearly our best guy down here. He is amazing. Same thing goes for Hall and Ian Mitchell and Legason. All those guys are in the same boat as him. And it's just, we're lucky to have these veterans down here. They're like bringing a whole new culture. I've heard in the locker room that they have great attitudes and they're happy about what's going on down here. They like what's happening, like the run they're on. They're glad to be part of it. So win-win for everyone. And yeah, Erik Gustafsson could possibly even be looking at a call-up on point if something goes down.
Yeah, I would have to imagine at a moment's notice, if someone were to get injured, Gustafson gets that call up, and just having a lot of really good games night in, night out. I mean, 2 points the other night versus Chicago. Just finding ways to continue to produce for this team. I mean, it's not like he makes it look so easy. He looks like he's an NHL grade player. So him coming down here, it just looks so smooth. And yeah, like you said, being able to kind of share some of his knowledge around the players and around the locker room that we have here, and kind of just keeping that. I think Gustafson is very much so one of the key components to this very, very good Griffins team we have. So if we're getting into cold today, we're going to talk about Alex Doucette. This will be our second time talking about Doucette on cold. It's kind of a continuation of the discussion. I mean, we've noticed that Doucette playing in a bottom six pairing role, where most games we are in, we're winning and being in a bottom six pair. You got a guy with Alex Doucette who's typically a goal scorer, someone who likes to put the puck in the net. I mean, in Halifax Moosehead, I believe he had over 100 points. So you got a guy playing a blue-collar role down in the bottom six pairing, and it just seems like it's a little bit of a struggle for him. I mean, you got night in, night out where you got John Leonard and Sheldon Dries putting up a bunch of points, and then you got Alex Doucette that's kind of like, oh, just win the game. Just do the smart play. Don't do anything stupid. Just get out here, make the play that's going to get us a win. And that's kind of what he's been delegated to. Not to say he hasn't had any opportunities, but it seems like Doucette is kind of struggling with the amount of minutes he's receiving and with the role that he's playing.
Yeah, I'd say he's just not really getting much of the opportunity. Like you said, he's forced onto the bottom lines. And due to mention, I mean, the line in that bottom pairing has been really good. The guys like Seager and Becker and those kind of guys who've been rotating in and out that bottom spot. Absolutely solid hockey from them guys. Both ends of offensive, defensively. They just come every night and they're not in the lead role to score goals, but they know that maybe someday if they keep getting better at the fundamentals and the bottom line stuff, then they can get up on that top line maybe someday and get those goals.
Yeah, we'd just like to see a little bit more out of Alex Doucette. 5 points in 28 games. I'm sure he would like to see a little better for himself too. So everyone cheer on Doucette when you get the chance. So that should wrap us up for cold. We'll go ahead and into our random player.
So we got number 25, and that is Andre Becker. So going back to what we kind of were just talking about, he's kind of played up higher on the lineup and he's played down lower, mixed into the rotation, and he's done a great job. I think he personally you kind of put him as a heating up right now because I think he's almost doing everything right. I think he's just one step away from taking that next step.
He's got 14 points. He's only managed a goal, but the 13 assists, and he's getting a lot of power play time too. So seeing a lot of points come on the power play. So a lot of smart puck movement, and I like what I see out of Becker. I think it's a good continuing from what he started on last year. Obviously, we'd like to see some goals, but he just has kind of found his way as a playmaker this year, and that's okay. I mean, not everyone can put the puck in the net at the rate that John Leonard does. We got to remember, too, that Andre Becker was a third-round pick from last year, so he was an instant insert into the lineup last year and played pretty well. He's slightly older than your normal draft pick, but I think he's performed well, and it's good to have a guy step right in the way he has and contribute in his first 2 seasons like this.
Yeah, so let's get to Griffins earning their wings. In this segment, we like to talk about some of the Griffins or former Griffins on their quest to the NHL, Griffins who are earning their Red Wings. So we're going to talk today about Dominic Shine, kind of, because I believe Dominic Shine got the call up last year, and I believe he's playing at a phenomenal pace once again here in the AHL, even a better pace than he did last year. So the question is, are they going to give Dominic Shine some time up there?
Yeah, it's a good question. Honestly, Shine just keeps getting better every single year that he's been out there on the ice, and commands more responsibilities every year and takes them with ease, and continues to now at this point just sharing the things he's learned with the rest of the players on the team, becoming the captain. And yeah, I don't know if calling him up to the Red Wings is exactly the bringing the captain from the Griffins up. That might be why they want him wearing the C, but at the same time, it's an honor for them to call Shine up, and he deserves it just as much as anyone else on the team. He's second in points on the team. He does everything, and just a loyal player.
Yeah, and you can't forget to mention fan favorite. And at this pace right now, he has 14 goals already. He had 14 goals all season last season. So crazy. He could have the best whole career this year. Should pretty much wrap us up to box our final segment. Welcome to the penalty box. This is the final segment of every single episode. We like to pick the biggest idiot of the week and throw them into the penalty box for a 2-minute minor, 4-minute double minor, 5-minute major, or a game misconduct. So who are you throwing into the sin bin, Kyle?
So I'm actually going to throw a familiar name in the penalty box, Jakub Vrana, playing over in the SHL, playing a game versus Malmo, where Emil Viro is also part of the team over there. So some ex-Red Wings playing against each other, and Jakub Vrana, for some reason, just loses his cool and slashes Viro and then cross-checks the stick in half over Viro's back. And kind of shocking. Viro never struck me as a player that would get that under your nerves. Seems like a pretty well-rounded, sportsman-like player. So I'm kind of shocked to see Viro get that kind of attack from Jakub Vrana. And then once Vrana gets out of the box, he charges the ref and goes after the ref and starts yelling at the ref. And the ref throws some more penalties at him. So it looks like Jakub Vrana not doing too well over there in the SHL. And this is probably why he moved around the league and ended up playing with the Griffins for a little while in the first place. Sounds like he's just got a little bit of temper problems. Some emotional stabilizing might be needed over there for Jakub Vrana.
Yeah, it's never good to start attacking people. So, yeah, have fun in the box. How long are you putting them in there for, Kyle?
We'll keep it civil and do a 2-minute minor.
Okay, sweet. So who I'm putting in the box? See, I don't mind Lions, but I am a Carolina Panthers fan. Everyone, all you Lions fans, sat there and laughed at me. Today the playoffs are decided, and guess who's not in the playoffs? The Detroit Lions, and guess who is? The Carolina Panthers. So I'm just gonna throw you all in a 2-minute.
I'm a Bengals fan, so if you would have told me that the Bengals are out of the playoffs and the Lions are out of the playoffs and that the Panthers were making the playoffs, I would have told you were full of crap. But it's a close one.
I am a Lions fan. Yeah, close one. But yeah, I'm happy with the outcome for me because I like the Panthers. But I am a Lions fan, and it really sucks that they did not make it. So next year, both teams make it. Have fun in the box for 2 minutes. All right, so that's pretty much wrap up this episode. The Griffins have a couple games coming up. Have a Wednesday game at the Van Andel Arena against the Texas Stars. And then we have a Friday game, the Beer Two Dogs against the Towers also. And it looks like a month full of Fridays. Get on down to the Van Andel Arena.
Yeah, don't forget this Wednesday is a winning Wednesday. So if you get down there for this Texas game, you can win free tickets to the next game, which would be the 21st, the next Wednesday game. So don't forget about your winning Wednesday promotion. Go to Texas, they win. You can go to the next one on Wednesday for free. That should wrap us up. We'll go ahead and get on out of here. Go Griffins.
Go Griffins. See you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, give us a 5-star review. We are part of the Hockey Podcast Network. We are not partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins, Detroit Red Wings, or Toledo Walleye. We are not experts. We are just die-hard fans looking to make a community with others alike. Let's go Griffins Nation. Join the fun, like and follow us on Facebook and X, or call into the show and have your opinion heard 1-616-319-1175. Thank you. Grand Rapids Griffins, Toledo Walleye, and Detroit Red Wings. Players, coaches, websites, and social media. Thank you AHL.com, NHL.com, ETL.com, EliteProspects.com, and anyone else putting out information on the teams. Until next time, go Griffins. Go Red Wings, go Walleye.